Hey, what's up, Guardians? TBL here, and it is Friday once again, March 6th, and you know what that means. It's finally Xursday. The Agent of the Nine has come back to the tower with another bountiful basket of goodies that we are going to be going over one by one. But alright, first things first, we're going to show you guys where Xur has set up shop this week. This week, Xur is once again back in the lower sections of the tower hangar, or as I like to call it, the Guardian Bar. Just follow the path that I took here, taking you right past the Dead Orbit Salesman, and you'll find him in no time. Alright Xur, what you got for us this week? Now, taking a quick peek here, Xur is selling quite a few familiar items, but that's not exactly a bad thing. He's actually got more than a few good deals for you this week. And as usual, we will cover everything he's got for sale and upgrade this week, so let's go ahead and get started. First up, in terms of armor, Xur is offering the Helm of Saint-14, an exotic Titan helmet piece. This is a fantastic buy. This is one of the rarest pieces of armor in the game. Xur's actually only sold it once before. And it comes with the awesome ability of adding a blinding effect to enemies who walk into your Defender Titan's Ward of Dawn. The stat roll on it is also pretty good, so definitely pick that up. Up next, we've got Young Umkara's Spine, a pair of exotic hunter gauntlets that come with the special ability of extending your trip mine duration. Pretty helpful ability when you're playing Control in the Crucible. Other than that, it's got a stat roll of about 98 discipline, which isn't bad but isn't really great either. Finally, Xur is offering the Skull of Dire Ahamkara, which was previously considered to be the best Voidwalker Warlock exotic piece. That spot has kind of been taken by Obsidian Mine, but I still think the Skull of Dire Ahamkara has its place. This piece of armor grants you improved energy drain and additional armor when you're casting Nova Bomb. The intellect stat roll on it is a little bit on the low side, but if you're a warlock who's never picked up this helmet piece before, now's a good enough time as any. Next up, Xur is once again selling the mighty Icebreaker sniper rifle. By now, the message for this is almost routine. If you don't have Icebreaker yet, get Icebreaker. It is one of the best weapons in the game. This exotic solar element sniper rifle regenerates its own ammo and basically blows up whatever you shoot with it. Easily one of the best weapons in the game, and I cannot recommend it enough. But alright, moving on. Next up, Xur is of course offering exotic shards, which you can of course also get by dismantling exotic weapons and armor. And finally, Xur is also offering exotic chess piece engrams, which you can redeem at the Cryptarch for a chance at any exotic chess piece in the game. And now let's move on to weapon and armor upgrades. And as you can see, there are a lot of familiar faces here, starting with the Hunter helmets. This week, Xur is offering upgrades for the Ackley of Fate Symbiote and the Mask of the Third Man, two exotic hunter helms that are rocking Discipline and Intellect respectively. In particular, the Mask of the Third Man is rocking 125 Intellect, so it actually might be worth upgrading just to get that great Intellect stat. Next up for Titans, Xur is offering upgrades for the Helm of Inmost Light, rocking Pure Strength, and an Insurmountable Skullfort, which is rocking Pure Discipline. The stat rolls on both of those are about average, I'd say. Now finally for Warlocks, Xur is offering upgrades for the Light Beyond Nemesis exotic helm piece and the wonderful, amazing, always everyone's favorite, Sunbreakers. The Light Beyond Nemesis had a decent intellect roll, but these Sunbreakers have a terrible intellect stat, starting to bring back nightmares from this week's Nightfall run. Ugh, let's move on to weapons. This week, Xur is offering upgrades for the Suros Regime Auto Rifle, which even with the recent nerf is still decent in PvP. Next up, we have the exotic pulse rifle, the Bad Juju. You can of course get this weapon by completing the exotic bounty, Tolund's Legacy. A link to a full video guide on how to complete that bounty is actually in the description box below if you'd like to check that out. Next up, we've got the always wonderful Mida Multi-Tool, followed up by the fairly rare fusion rifle, the Plan C. Both of those are weapons I really need to take the time to level up. But moving on to this week's heavy weapons, first up, we've got upgrades for the Thunderlord exotic machine gun, followed up by the mighty and mythic Gjallarhorn. And now speaking of Thunderlord, we actually picked that up a few weeks ago from the Ir-Yût phase of Crota's End. And as promised, I did wind up making a weapon analysis video that went live yesterday. If you guys haven't checked that out, feel free to. There'll be a link to it in the description box below. And of course, here's one weapon that I still haven't gotten my hands on. Maybe someday. But alright, moving on to the final bracket here, we have the strange curios that Xur has for sale. First up are the weapon telemetries, which increase the total amount of experience you get for a specified weapon. This week, Xur is offering telemetries for auto rifles, shotguns, and rocket launchers. You can purchase a pack of 5 of any of these for a total of 1 strange coin. Next up, we have the Sparrow upgrade drives. This week, Xur is offering the Plasma drive and the Stealth drive, both of which will upgrade your rare blue level Sparrow into a legendary. So you can get out there and start riding dirty. But alright, finally, Xur is once again selling heavy ammo synth. These come in a pack of 5 for 1 strange coin, and as I always tell you, it is always worth it to buy at least a few of them. After all, you never know when Xur's gonna go 6 whole weeks without selling them, and you will always need heavy ammo synth. So I'm just gonna go ahead and purchase a couple right now. But alright, that pretty much covers Xur's entire inventory this week. He had some great stuff for you, Guardian, including the Helm of Saint-14 and the Icebreaker. As you can see, I'm going to go ahead and pick that up for my little baby Titan, which I will be leveling a little bit later today. But overall, Xur's offered more than a few decent items. The Skull of Dire Amkara is always a solid choice for any warlocks out there. The Icebreaker is of course a must-have if you don't have one yet, and even at the end, Xur's offering heavy ammo synth, so overall, not a bad week. And again, this is only the 2nd time in his history that he sold the Helm of Saint-14, so if you are a Titan, you owe it to yourself to get it if you don't already have one. But alright, that pretty much wraps up this video, guys. Hopefully Xur had something you were looking for this week, and if he did, let me know in the comment section below. And of course, if you like what you saw here, do feel free to check out my channel, where you can find a ton more Destiny videos coming out soon. Anyways, that's it for this one, guys. As always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.